Good Thursday evening to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. 9 o'clock here on a Thursday night where it has been an okay day today. You know, we started off this morning with clouds. There were a few lingering light showers around for the first part of the day. And then as expected, once we got into the afternoon hours, we saw any leftover rain moving out and the clouds started breaking up, gave us some sunshine. We made it up to 83 degrees for a high this afternoon. So really not a bad afternoon, and the evening is looking really nice too, at least here in the metro area where we have mainly clear skies. There are a few clouds to the west of us and to the north. We're also keeping an eye on a shower there up in North Georgia that has been over areas of White County and now into Habersham County. This is even producing some pockets of heavy rain right there, not too far off from Clarksville, between Turnerville and the Cornelia area. And this has some heavy rain and a couple of flashes of lightning with it, not classified as severe, but just a good old summertime thunderstorm that has developed with the heat and humidity, during the evening hours there. And now it's starting to kind of rain itself out. We're actually seeing that try to shrink up a little bit, but still those areas up in far North Georgia seeing that. Now, this is Helen. Today, this morning, was supposed to be the start of the Great Atlantic the Great Helen to Atlantic balloon race, and the weather has kind of been messing with that a little bit today, and they were hoping to have some balloons go up in Helen tonight as well. But this rain kind of hampered that a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that up in Helen to make sure they can get that race going and that everything is going to be all good. Here in the metro area, things are looking good, where we have mainly clear skies, maybe just a few clouds here and there. Temperatures remaining mild, though, during the evening. And then if you're looking for rain in the state, that is more down to the south of us in parts of southeast Georgia. We've been watching some of these showers here near the coast, mainly light to moderate showers, a couple of pockets there south of Savannah, where we have a little bit of thunder and lightning with that. We even had a severe thunderstorm warning near Savannah earlier today. And then you can see additional showers down to the south. In fact, I'll zoom in just a little bit tighter to those. You can see those areas. This is between Macon and Valdosta, impacting areas of Albany. Had some showers just to the north of Albany, now moving closer to Tifton, where we have a little thunder and lightning. Also between Tifton and Douglas, some additional showers there to the south of us with some thunder and lightning. But again, nothing classified as severe down in parts of South Georgia. Now, there is another system we're watching, and if you were watching us tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock on 11 Alive News, we were telling you about these showers coming into parts of Mississippi, into Tennessee, and that, as it moves over to the east, is really showing signs of weakening as it keeps pushing over toward the east. So we're really not worried about this having any issues for us. But when you go more out to the west, like way out to the west, this is where we're watching the next system. This is producing severe weather right now for these areas to the west, including parts of West Texas and North Texas, coming out of New Mexico. Also coming out of Colorado, moving into Kansas, where we see some scattered showers and storms there. Some of these with severe thunderstorm watches. We have tornado watches. And then within that, there are some areas with some tornado warnings as well. We've got this warning near Lubbock right now. You can see that red polygon right here near the Lubbock area. That's where we have a tornado warning in effect, pretty much right along and just to the west of Highway 27. That's in parts of West Texas. And then let's just scan a few others down here in South Texas. That's where we have another severe thunderstorm warning, that polygon there. And then as you get up into Kansas, we also have just north of Guyman here, another cell where we have a severe thunderstorm warning there. These cells coming out of Colorado, they're close to the state line, severe thunderstorm warnings there too. So pretty active there. We're watching this system because it is going to be pushing into our direction. Still going to take it a while to get here, but any showers developing ahead of that system during the day tomorrow. Now, this still has a long way to go before it makes it to the Atlanta area, but we can see some showers developing ahead of it, especially late on Friday night, where we'll have the potential for a couple of those storms to turn strong as well. And here's another look at those that we're kind of keeping an eye on there in those spots. Now, here's a live look. This is our tower cam. As you can see it there at Northside Hospital, looking north up Georgia 400, right there at the 285 and Georgia 400 interchange. You can see the King and Queen building here. The sun has gone down, but with that mainly clear sky and just a few clouds on the horizon, it's looking pretty nice out there. at this hour. Speaking of that, here's another view looking more to the west where you can see the colors there on the horizon mixing in with a few of those clouds. I just love this camera. We get great perspective there from Arizona Avenue looking toward the west, toward the city of Atlanta with our beautiful skyline, and we got a really high vantage point there on top of that tower. So a beautiful night here in the metro area. Now, things are going to change as we head toward the weekend and through the weekend. Now, I really think that most of the day on Friday is going to be dry. There'll be just a low risk for some showers popping up later on in the afternoon. Then those rain chances come up a little bit more heading into the evening hours, and a couple of those could be strong. Then let's focus on the weekend. On Saturday, mainly in the evening hours, and then at any time during the day on Sunday, we're going to be watching some waves of rain coming in. It's not going to rain all weekend long. There will be a lot of dry hours that you'll be able to enjoy the weekend, but you just have to be prepared and be flexible. Keep your plans flexible this weekend because we will see some of these rounds of storms moving in. Generally scattered showers, but a couple of the storms could be strong. The Storm Prediction Center on Saturday has us in a level 2 of 5 risk. Again, some of those storms could turn strong. So that's what we're going to be watching. Now, let's go back to those storms out to the west that I just showed you, where we have all of those severe thunderstorm watches, even some thunderstorm warnings. We have tornado watches and even some tornado warnings there. So it's that area where we showed you that in West Texas, also in parts of Oklahoma and into parts of southern Kansas. That's where we have those higher risk for severe storms. Those two areas there, kind of in that tan color, that's where we have a level 3 of 5 risk. You see that right here? That's the level 3 of 5 risk, or an enhanced risk for severe storms, and that's where they're happening. And then surrounding that is the yellow color, which is a level 2 of 5 risk, and then around that is the level 1, which is a lower risk. But that extends all the way over to the Mississippi River. But it does not include our area. Tomorrow, though, that changes some, where the Storm Prediction Center has been extending this level 2 risk into parts of northwest Georgia. And if any of those turn severe, it's going to be later on Friday, possibly into the overnight hours. So what really this is showing us, and remember I showed you this last night, and I was telling you that this was a very conditional level 2 risk, meaning that it depends on what the conditions are like when that system moves in here, and if those storms are actually even able to hold together once they move our way. Also last night, that yellow color came right into Atlanta. Well, today the updates kind of shaved it back a little bit, so it does not include the city of Atlanta, but it does include a big part of northwest Georgia. So when you're looking at this, so not, not all level 2 risks are the same. As I mentioned, this one's conditional. And when I show you the forecast track here coming up in just a second, you're going to notice that the system doesn't look that impressive coming in. But what we're indicating here is that the atmospheric conditions are ripe, that if any of these storms develop, even if there aren't a lot of them, the ones that develop could be strong. And the risks are going to be a little bit lower here from Atlanta down to the south and also to the east. That's a level 1 risk for any isolated storms that could be strong as well. Then on Saturday, also notice that pretty much our entire area is in a level 2 risk for Saturday. Again, we're thinking that's going to be more of an afternoon and evening variety of showers and storms that could develop. And it's really kind of the same story where it's not going to be widespread. It's just these waves of moisture move in, and when we have some of that afternoon heating on Saturday with temperatures getting up into the upper 80s, that's going to be almost like adding fuel to those storms, that heating. That'll add a little bit more lift, and some of those storms could get stronger. So the conditions are there that any storms that develop could be strong. But this isn't going to be like a widespread severe weather outbreak. Also, what we're going to be watching is that what types of impacts we could have. We're not really thinking that this type of system is like a tornado making type system. This would be more of a pockets of heavy rain, strong winds, and maybe some hail in association with this. So that's what we're mainly watching as we head into the weekend. Today we did get warm thanks to that sunshine coming through later in the afternoon hours. And if you were with us again at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight, we were telling you that the high was 82, but it went up to 83 after the climatological data was issued with that high. So they've updated that to be 83 for the the high today. Our low this morning was 68. That 83-degree temperature, just about 2 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. We picked up only 2/100ths of an inch of rain today. That was early this morning with some of those light lingering showers that came in. And our rainfall deficit, remember, it was more than an inch. Now we're down a little bit less than an inch above where we should be in rainfall for the year. We're about 0.94 inches above that average. Look at these temperatures right now. Not a bad night. We have temperatures that are in the upper 70s at this hour, right at 78 degrees. We do feel some humidity around, so there is a little bit of a muggy feel to the air, but at least these temperatures aren't in the mid and upper 80s right now, or even near 90. Sometime in the summertime months, we have 90-degree temperatures that go up to 9, 10, and even sometimes 11 o'clock at night. When it's those really muggy summer nights. But 78's not bad, and we've got a lot of generally mid, some upper 70s around. Even Peachtree City and Thomaston right there at 73, and lower 70s in parts of North Georgia too. And here's how the temperatures kind of timed out today. There's that 68-degree temperature early this morning, and we held at 69 for a big part of the overnight hours, and then dipped to 68 just in that 6 o'clock time frame. Then, we had the clouds around and some of those lighter showers early, so it really was slow to warm. We went from 68 to 70 at 9 and 10, and then 71 at 11, then 73 at 12. Then, as those clouds started breaking up and the sunshine started coming through, look what happened as we warmed up into the lower 80s. And again, we got up to 83 degrees for that official high today. The day planner for tomorrow showing temperatures at 70 in the morning with a dry start. We'll see a mixture of sunshine and clouds. I'm really thinking most of the daytime hours will be dry. We get up to around 87, 88 degrees here tomorrow afternoon. And then late afternoon into evening is where we're going to see some of those scattered showers that'll be pushing in. So here's the forecast track taking us into tomorrow morning. This is at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll have that dry start. A few clouds mixing in with the sunshine in the morning hours. At lunchtime, looking good. Mostly sunny conditions here. And then in the afternoon, again, not a widespread coverage. We're just talking about a few of those pop-up showers developing. But what we have to watch for late afternoon, mainly into the evening hours on Friday, any of these clusters of showers that could hold together coming out of Alabama. And you see how that doesn't look that impressive here at 9 o'clock at night, and then going into the overnight hours, still not a lot of that coming in. The models from last night were showing a nice little line moving in. Now the models aren't really showing that now. Saturday morning, we're going to be dry. Lunchtime is still dry, but then here we go. We just have to watch these clusters or waves of rain that are going to be pushing in, just little disturbances that move our way. This is Saturday at 3. Some of that in northwest Georgia, crossing through metro Atlanta at 5 o'clock, still maybe holding together on the east side. But again, in looking at this, not everybody is getting hit. It's just one of those clusters of rain that could develop some storms with it. A couple of those could be strong. We're in that level 2 risk here. And then late night Saturday, looking good. And then overnight Saturday, this is at 3 o'clock in the morning from Saturday night into Sunday morning. If this holds together, this would have some heavy rain with it and storms early on Sunday. Then by 7 o'clock, a lot of that is gone. And then by afternoon, watching some additional waves that'll be moving through. And we'll have to keep an eye on those if any of those turn strong. So again, the main threats are some of these pockets with moderate to heavy rain and some strong winds and maybe some hail there too. And I'm going to quickly kind of go through this a little bit. This is the moisture map. What I want you to see here is that we're pretty much holding here in these greens, yellows, and some oranges, indicating some very moist air. Every once in a while we'll get a little bit of blue coming in where some drier air is trying to filter in, but the drier air really has a hard time taking over that humidity. So the humidity is going to be sticking with us into next week, and with that high moisture content in the air, we're going to hold on to those rain chances, not only for the weekend, but also into next week too. So you can see how some days have higher rain chances than others. 30% chance Friday, 40% chance Saturday. Sunday is the day with the highest rain chance at 50%. And then we've got about a 40% chance also on Monday and Tuesday. And that kind of corresponds with the dew points, indicating where we have all that moisture around and the humidity. When you have dew points in the 60s, pretty humid, even trying to get up to near 70 for the dew point there Saturday and Sunday. And again, those are the days where it's going to be most muggy, and when we see that better chance for some of those scattered showers to push in. So here's a look at that 7-day outlook. 30% chance for showers on Friday. Again, most of the daytime hours we're thinking will be dry. Then on Saturday, 40% chance for showers. Some thunderstorms possible. Sunday, A better chance for showers, maybe some thunderstorms, but we go from the upper 80s Friday and Saturday to the mid 80s on your Sunday, and then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, pretty much the same thing each and every day with a 40% chance for showers and high temperatures that'll be in the mid 80s through the period, which is again pretty close to where we should be for this time of year. So be sure to keep with us through the weekend right here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We like to do these extended weather outlooks for you multiple times a day. Plus, just keep it on here all the time if you want to keep an eye on radar and current conditions and temperatures here in the area. More to come right here on 11 Alive Plus.